It messed up my UI again, though, which annoys me. So I got to do some more adjustments. But it's nice to see that
Yeah,
information.
how do you activate the overlay you use?
Oh my
Well,
god!
how does
Would you
that work?
stop? Get out of here.
Welcome to the official, unofficial Sea of Thieves podcast, a podcast dedicated to Sea of Thieves and other rare games, but mainly Sea of Thieves. Today, we are discussing the latest update, Vaults of the Ancients, that released on the 9th of September. Of course, a discussion is hard to do alone, so one of our regular guests is back.
Hey everybody, it's Old Buccaneer back again, and happy to be on the podcast.
All right, always happy that you're here. Looking forward to discuss this update with you. So, for the people who didn't know, I am trying to keep my podcast a bit shorter than they used to. So, we won't be answering questions from our community, but you can still put them in the comments below. We will do an entire episode just answering those in the near future. So, keep those questions coming. But yeah, let's dive into our discussion. The newest update, Vaults of the Ancients, brings a new voyage type for the Gold Hoarders. It also has dogs as a new pet type. We have the introduction of Larinna, and we get some quality of life improvements. So, what are your overall impressions of this update?
It's pretty cool, actually. I like the new Gold Hoarder missions. I kind of felt like it was the old missions were getting a little stale,
Mm-hmm.
is the best way to put it. So this kind of combines a lot of the cool stuff from the Tall Tales and ties it into the Gold Hoarder theme, and yeah, it's a lot of fun so far. Lots of
Yeah, it
opportunity for
has.
thievery and all kinds of stuff.
Do you feel it's a sizable update compared to the other ones?
No, I don't really know. I feel like it's a pretty small update, but I mean it's nice. It's just a nice thing to have some options with Gold Hoarder, kind of similar to
Mm-hmm.
merchants, how you can do the chickens and pigs, or you can do cargo crates. It's just nice to have
Yeah.
something different. Mhm.
No, I totally agree. It's not a world event. It's not something big, or it's not tall tale. It's just an expansion, and for the long run and the longevity of this game, I think it's quite a nice update.
Mhm.
So let's go discuss this piece by piece, and let's start with the voyages. There's a new voyage type, as we actually just said, but anyways, there's a new voyage type. They're called Wayfinder Voyages. And why are they called Wayfinder Voyages? Because you will get a Wayfinder compass. This compass points to pieces of a map. You go there, you dig it up, you get map pieces. Eventually, you get one with an X. Then you can dig up the totem or the vault key, as it's called in game. You can turn those in, or you can use them yourself to open up a vault. And in that vault, you will find lots of treasure, including 3 medallions to solve a specific riddle. Riddle or puzzle, I guess is a better word. So if you solve the puzzle, you get a special chest called the Chest of the Ancients, which is just worth a little bit more. And if you're too late, you die. So that's a new voyage. So, do you like this new voyage?
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun. It's I've been doing a few of them solo over the last few
Mm,
days, and I gotta say, it can be difficult if you can't find the medallions, because like you said,
hmm
right, you have a certain time limit, and if you don't get that vault open to get the special chest, you're dead and you
hmm
lose everything. And so
I
my first few attempts, I definitely drowned a few times, but I'm starting to get it down now, so I can get in there and get out.
mm.
But I
How do
don't
you
feel
handle it
like
as a solo player? What's the best tactic?
best tactic. Well, what I usually do is I will get several vault keys to begin with, and usually
Ooh.
I'll get multiple overlapping vault keys on the same island, usually Crescent Isle,
Uh-huh.
and I'll run down and I'll basically throw it in, jump in, and immediately climb to the top to get to the vault keys or to the
Uh-huh.
medallion, sorry, and get those in, get the main chest out, and then try to pillage as much as I can of chests until that thing starts grinding and clanking and all of the stuff that gives you the last indication that it's going to crash. And then when it crashes,
hmm
you can go back up, grab your next key, slap it right on top of the existing key. Once the water goes down, it'll open back up with a brand new setup of chests. So you can literally
Nice.
farm through those pretty quickly.
I've never thought of doing it that way. Do you think that's the way to go to get the most value out of it? stacking up those
Mm,
keys?
yeah, for me it was just because as I am trying to get all the X marks the spot stuff with the quest voyages, I tend to find that they overlap a lot. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
able to get the X quickly and get the totem, you can usually close out another, like an additional voyage before you get to the main island that you're trying to sail to. So
Hmm.
I'm almost always running with two.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting. Maybe I will
yeah, so
try it
far,
too. Maybe when I'm doing sleeping.
yeah, so far, I mean, it's worked really well. And again, the tricky bit is not drowning. That takes it took me like 3 or 4 tries to kind of really get them down. Now I'm also starting to realize that depending, I think, upon the key that you get, because there's the 3 different colored keys. There's like
Mm-hmm.
stone, silver, and gold. They are the
Ah,
things that
nice.
define the room's layout. So
Mm-hmm.
if you get, say, like I said, I get Crescent Isle a lot for some reason. I've started to notice that Crescent Isle repeats itself depending upon the key. So once you memorize that, then it becomes really quick.
I that's actually really interesting what you said. That stone, silver, and gold. I didn't put it
Hmm.
in my update review because I didn't really figure it out myself. What triggers the amount of treasure you will get? Because we tried it out on day one together, right?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And we had no idea. Like sometimes it was just I don't know, like 70% cost of HS, and we're like, wait, we're all really high gold hoarder levels. Like, why do we get this? Low level shit. We don't need this.
Hmm.
But it's actually linked to the material the totem is made of, and they come in 3 different tiers, and there's stone, silver, and gold. So have you figured out what you need to do to get the gold totems?
Well, Larinna will give you a gold one. Her current
All right.
free quest is a gold version of this thing. And I believe the Gold Hoarders, when you look at the quests, I
Mm-hmm.
need to double check this, but I think it actually might say if it's a gold quest or not, despite the level.
All
But it
right.
may not. Like I said, I haven't looked that closely. I'm still kind of figuring it out. But I
Yeah.
do know that
It.
hers definitely says a gold quest.
Hmm. All right. Yeah, I need to look up at that again. I do know it says Wayfinder, yeah, Golden Wayfinder Voyage of Unknown Value. I
Hmm.
think that's what you can get for of her. But I thought that was just a low level voyage for the people who are not level 25 in Gold Hoarders yet. But yeah, I guess we need to
Hmm.
look into that. So yeah, this stuff you only learn when you play it a lot.
Yeah.
So you figure this out, not on the first day, but in the first couple of weeks when you just done a couple of them. But that's interesting. We can confirm that they do come in 3 different tiers.
Hmm.
So that's really interesting. Something else I discovered since my update review, and I say I, but it's not really me, it's my subscribers. You don't need all the medallions to solve the puzzle. Did you know that?
True. I could see that. Yeah, you could guess on them.
Yes, so it's already fixed. So the solution is already fixed before you even start doing it.
Yep.
And the fourth pillar, like I thought it was random and just a guess. And granted, if you just guess it, it's 1 out of 4. It's really easy to cycle through it.
Hmm.
But it's actually accumulation of the first 3 solutions. Did you know that as well?
I did. Yes, actually.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was one of the things that came up because I was trying to figure out the solutions to these things. And I started to notice, I'm like, wait, the last one is always a combination of like either it's a chain or it has a chalice in it or whatever. And so it makes it a little bit quicker to get those vaults open. It doesn't save you a lot of
I
time, but it's a bit faster.
Yeah, you can be lucky. Like if you find one medallion that's really easy to find, you pop it in and you see, oh, it's a skull, and then you go to, I don't know, the fourth pillar and just cycle through it till you get a skull as well, and then oh, it also shows you the solution of the other pillars as well. You don't even need the medallions. So
Yep.
there are lots of way to solve this puzzle. I don't know what's the fastest way to do it. If you're with a full crew, like why shouldn't you get all the medallions when you just find them? But oh well, like maybe some people can are really like to get it as fast as possible and they can try it out if they want. I
The other
feel,
good thing about it
yeah.
too, it's similar. It's handled similar to the Tall Tales in the fact that the puzzle, if you know what one of the pillars is, and you've memorized the
Hmm.
other four, they're always the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you sure?
100%.
Oh
Because
wow,
I, yeah.
that's bad level
So
design.
it kind of is. They're not randomized in there at all. Or maybe I just had the
Hmm.
most incredible luck ever. But when I was
Yeah.
running two again. I was always running two. So I go in, I
Uh-huh.
get the things, and it was the same one that you and I had during our play session, which was like
Hmm.
chains, and then there was a key and a lock, and then I forget what the last one was, and I recognized the combination. I'm like, I've had this combination before. So I went in, put the thing
Hmm.
in, got it all set up, did my random thing, grabbed my chest, ran out, door closes, I put the second key down, I go back in. It was the exact same combination again. And I was like, that's the third time I've got the exact same combination. So the
Interesting.
combination doesn't seem linked to the quality of the key, but the combination code is the same. So when you get the code, all four are always the same code. So if you can memorize
Hmm.
those codes, you only need one pillar or one medallion, and
I
you're like, oh, it's that pillar. Then the other ones are X, Y, and Z. So you
Yeah,
can
I'm
get
sure
through.
we will. Like,
Yeah,
if we play more of this, we will remember that, and we can knock them
yeah,
out even faster.
yeah. I'm
Do you
starting
think
to
it's
write
do you
them all down right now, so I can have a list of like, oh, if I
oh,
have the
is that
vertical
a Old
chains,
Buccaneer video coming up?
oh, maybe spoilers. I don't know
Red's
how
gonna
many
love that.
combinations there are. Oh yeah, that'd be good. So,
Here are all the combinations. Just
hmm
edit a little music underneath it, and there you go. Good done.
yep,
One thing I do really like about this new Voyages, finding the totem as soon as you got the map piece that has the X, you can go there, which is really cool.
yes,
Like I know some other games kind of force you to complete a map piece. Like I think other games would do that, but not rare. If you see the X and you know where it is, you can go there, which I
hmm
said in my review does reward those players that know all the islands. So that's fun. I like that. So I
absolutely,
would like to see more of this stuff where, the older players or the more experienced players doesn't give them PvP advantage, but you do feel you have a little bit more skill, a little bit more knowledge compared to the newer players, and that just feels good. So I really like that.
yep, absolutely.
Um, and also, when you dig up the map pieces, you have a chance of skeletons popping up. They look a bit weird, right?
Yeah, they're the same skeletons that are in the Trapmaker Tall Tale, I believe. They
Yes,
have they
yes.
have like bags over their heads and coins in their eyes and stuff like that. They're cool looking, a little
Yeah,
creepy, but they're cool looking.
yeah. Yeah, do you know the official name of those skeletons? Because I don't.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, I feel
And there's
like
no real
they
reference
should.
online for them either. So,
Nope. No, I tried to look. No, it doesn't. Like, it could be like Gold Hoarder skeletons because they have coins for eyes, like some of them.
yeah.
But that wouldn't make sense because they're also in that one tall tale you talked about. So it's a bit weird, but they do drop trinkets.
hmm
So well, that's good. It will get your grade level up, so you can get more value when you eventually do reach the vault. But you don't
Exactly.
always need to reach the vault because you can just turn the totem in as well. So how do you feel about that? Just turning in the totem?
I think if you're trying to get gold quick and you don't want to get jumped by somebody while you're in the vault, that's probably a good option. I think
Mm-hmm.
you have to turn in a certain amount of them to get to grade 5 accommodations
Yep, that's
anyways. And same
correct.
thing with the chests as well. You have to turn in a certain amount of chests to get to grade 5 chests. So you kind of have to do both. But if you're short
Mm-hmm.
on time, you could knock out a totem pretty quick. You might get lucky and get the X on an island your first try, take the totem, go right back to the gold hoarder, and I think they sell for what, 3,000? Is it around 3,000 each?
Depends because we stole one.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. And we had one of our own. We turned them both in, and one was for 2,000. The other one was well over 4,000. So there's quite a bit of range. However, I did not pay attention to whether they were stone, silver, or gold. So that can be value dependent. So we kind of need to test it out. I feel like they are, since the range is pretty big. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's also fun because you can steal the totems, right?
Yes.
So if you
which we did.
so
Several
yeah,
times.
which you did. But it's kind of fun because sometimes when somebody's doing a tall tale, you have that item is useless to you because you're not doing the tall tale. Now, if you get that item, it's not useless. You can either decide to turn it in, or you can do the vault yourself and save yourself a little bit of trouble of finding all the map pieces. So I do really like that. Like sneakily, this update also adds a lot of new PvP opportunities. Also stealing ships full of treasure, because they will certainly be filling their hulls with all those chests. Speaking about chests, how do you feel about the chest of the ancients?
I like the design. Yeah. I mean it.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, there's not much else to say.
Me too.
Yep. I mean, it's not cool like it's not awesome like the curse chests that have faces on them and do different things. I mean, it's just a fancy chest that's worth a fair amount of money. But the design's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Do you feel they should have done more with it? Because that's how I feel.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they could have. I don't know. I think for the value of what it's worth, and it's probably okay. If they did more to it, then I would expect the value of that to be a little higher. I kind of wish actually it is a little bit higher, as is, because
wait, 4,500 is not high enough for you?
No, not given the amount of I look at it as how much time am I spending to do this quest, to get this chest, and what is my payout? And I kind of look at all of Sea of Thieves events in that light, and I feel like the value and time requirement to actually get this chest, assuming you don't drown and lose everything, right? You got to take that into consideration too. The value of it is not where it should be. I think it should be more like about an $8,000 chest. I feel like that would make it worth doing more, because if you're level 50 gold hoarder and you just go and get an X marks the spot quest, you can get 5 really close to an island where you're starting. And right there, you're not going to get jumped, right? It's super easy to dig up. You're not going to die, and you've made more money. So the balance, I feel, is not quite there. It's similar to the Ashen Lord skull. I don't think the Ashen Lord skull is worth doing at all. Right? It needs an extra 0.
I do agree with that. Like the skull should be worth way more, because it's a world event, right? And the treasure in that world event feels lackluster, and I've got a lot of people complaining about that.
Oh, it's terrible.
And I still need to test it out. I still need to really count it, because it is Ashen stuff. So if you could visualize twice as much treasure, that's the same value, right? Because it's twice as much, right? Ashen chest. So I don't know. We need to test it out. I think we need to test it out one day. Probably somebody else.
The Ashen Lord will get you $22,000 in treasure.
And
if you're solo, I've done a lot of them. 22 grand, and then obviously higher if you have a higher emissary value. But yeah, I mean, it's as a solo player, that's 45 minutes. To me, it's the hardest event in the game right now, and not because the Ashen Lord is difficult or the event, but because of the fact that your ship needs to be so far away from you that if you get attacked as a solo player, you lose. You have no recourse, and it's very frustrating. I have lost easily 50% of them because as soon as I hear cannon fire, it's over. And I can't keep my ship visible to me because it's going to get sunk, right? It's a very, very hard event, and the amount of money versus that level of threat is just not worth doing. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're supposed to be talking about Vaults of the Ancients. But yes,
true.
I feel like...
Well, to be fair, you weren't there when we discussed the Ashen Wind Skull. I had to deal with Uniball, that podcast. so it's nice to hear your opinion on that too. That's really nice to hear. Going back to the Chest of Ancients, because it looks nice.
It does.
But it doesn't do anything special. I do think it's the value you get for it is definitely fair. That's my opinion.
Hmm.
But I wish it had I don't know, something like a beacon on it, like an arena chest, so people knew, oh, look at that, he just done the vault. Like you've got all the treasure, but you need to get away with it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Doesn't really need to appear on the map, but a glow on the horizon or something like that. Doesn't need to be exactly like a Reaper's chest or Reaper's bounty, but just a little something to let people know, like, hey, look at that, he just finished it. He's carrying a lot of treasure.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that would be nice, and you can explain it with a type of curse. But I don't know, make it a little bit more
Yeah.
special than just a high value chest.
I like the idea that you said about it having a beacon though, the main chest.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like put a 2.5 multiplier on that chest, make it a 10,000-ish dollar chest, and then put a
Mm-hmm.
world beacon on it, that might make it a lot of fun.
All right.
Because then people who are going to do
Interesting.
it are going to get big rewards, but then you're also, you're sticking out like a sore thumb. Like, hey, everybody, I got a really expensive chest. You want to come get some? That would be fun. I would be up for that. I would take that challenge.
Aye, yeah, definitely. Um, how do you feel
Yeah.
about rewards, by the way, those sales?
I haven't unlocked them yet.
Yeah, me neither.
You got to do a lot to unlock those things for sure.
Yeah,
So I
that's
haven't
true.
sing anybody with them, so I'm not sure what they look like on a ship yet. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually I'll get them and then I'll try them out. But I mean, it's always nice. I always enjoy the fact that Rare gives us a little bit of extra for putting in that extra effort. So I
That's
can't complain
true.
about that.
Those are the only new cosmetics this update brings. Well, I guess we have some reskin stuff that you can buy from Larinna as well. But they're not really putting new cosmetics in their updates anymore. Like most of the stuff is focused on the Emporium. So how do you feel about that?
I would suspect that the cosmetic thing is probably due to the whole work from home situation.
Hmm.
I can imagine that the dev team is pretty strained to deliver stuff every month because it's hard to work from
Mm-hmm.
home,
Mm-hmm.
especially in game development. It's communication breaks down and stuff. So I would suspect that it's probably they're putting their time and effort towards other things besides
Yeah.
just cosmetics. If
Yeah.
all this
But
situation gets figured out, I'm sure you'll start seeing more cosmetics in the game because everybody likes
all
those.
right. Yeah, it was good to know that you feel that you think about it that way, because I some of my subscribers and also in the forums, they're saying like, hey, it's nice the Emporium, but we want some more cosmetics too, because they used to, give us new cosmetics that you can buy with gold on a regular basis, and not really doing it anymore. And a lot of us, older players, we have millions now, and nothing to spend it on. So. It's a
True.
common complaint we're hearing right now. But it's good to know that you think it's because of the world situation. So that does give me hope when it's all over. Whenever that's going to be, but
If
we'll
ever,
see.
yeah.
If ever, I let's just hope for the best. I think one final thing I want to discuss before we go to the lore, and there's also apparently faults in the Devil's Roar. So have you been to one of those vaults before?
I have not for this Gold Hoarder voyage, but I do
All
know
right.
that I have seen like uh, the totem location. I forget on what
Uh-huh.
island. There's one in the Devil's Roar. Yeah, I think it's a shark one.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's on the
Ashen
far east side.
Breaches.
Yeah,
I
somewhere
might
over
I
there.
might be wrong, but I thought it was that. Yeah, one of my subscribers got there. He said that and I'm saying what he's saying because didn't see it for myself, but he said that there's Ashen treasure. So all the treasure in there is
Oh,
Ashen treasure as well. So I do want to open that vault. It sounds really nice.
yeah,
But I don't know how to trigger it because I've tried starting my voyage in the roar, but that didn't work. It just gave me a vault key for something I thought it was the Ancient Isles, so that didn't work. And I thought, oh, maybe I need to buy a Wayfinder Voyage from the Gold Hoarders in the roar, but
yeah.
I only tried it once, and they weren't selling those. They were just selling, X marks spot voyages. So I don't know. I don't really know what it triggers. Apparently, it's random. Like but that's just what my subscribers told me. I haven't tested this out myself, but yeah, there are faults there. That's all
Yeah.
I can tell.
If I get one, I'll let you know.
Nice. Yeah, you can send me an invite.
For sure.
All right, are you ready to go to the lore?
Sure.
Because I'm gonna put it up for the people watching it on YouTube. You should look at your screen right now. I don't usually do this because it takes more effort to edit, but for this one I thought, hey, why not? So if you look at your screen right now, you will see a letter, and this letter is from Humphrey, and Humphrey is Gold Hoarder. This letter was released by Rare before the Ancient Vaults were discussed, so this was kind of like a teaser. But there's a lot of lore with this letter, so I'm just gonna read it out loud to the best of my capabilities. All right. It reads, fellow gold hoarders, we live in dangerous times. Our friends are few, our leader is absent. Even worse, I hear pirates have been turning an unlocked treasure chest, emptying them to line their filthy pockets. That's why we started using the vaults. It warms the gold in my old bones to think of them packed floor to ceiling. Trouble is, the situation with all flame features is escalating. We can't risk our safe houses being destroyed by the rampaging Ashen Lord, let alone blown open and plundered. I'll be sending some special tools to help you recover the keys. Recruit whoever you need to, and don't worry too much about being double-crossed. We know what happens to any grasping grog sweller who goes in there unprepared. Signed by Humphrey. So yeah, interesting piece of lore. Of course, it was done mainly as a tease for this update, but reading it after the update actually released, it does make sense a little bit. So let's go over the letter piece by piece. It talks about our leader, and I guess we know who the leader of the Gold Hoarders is, right?
Yeah, the Gold Hoarder.
Yep, the Gold Hoarder, otherwise known as Rathbone, and Rathbone was, of course, a crew member of Ramsey, the Pirate Lord, and Rathbone betrayed Ramsey, stole all his keys, and eventually he got corrupted by all the gold and the gold curses, and he became gold himself. He became a skeleton, and he became the Gold Hoarder. So in this letter, they say that the leader is absent. Do they mean that? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, he's not
Yeah,
really. Is he actively directing the Gold Hoarders still, or are they just kind of off doing their own thing now, based on the stuff he
that's what
originally said?
yeah, that's what I thought because you haven't read the Athena's fortune novel, right?
No, but didn't the Pirate Lord set
Or
up all that stuff?
um,
I
what do
thought
you
he
mean
did.
all
He
this
was the
stuff?
one that locked away all the keys and set up the whole trade commerce. Was
Yes,
that?
yes,
Yeah.
in the beginning, yeah, because Ramsey found let's see, what did he find? Yeah, change that looked the old mother, and those were made of special metal, and he reforged, well, actually one of his crewmates reforged all that metal into keys and chests. And he was like, hey, guys, let's band all together. So he called for all the pirates, say, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna use these chests and we're gonna use these keys. I think that's the way to go. But not everybody agreed. And then, while they were still arguing, a fight broke up outside because a kraken attacked. And then everybody was, fighting the kraken. And in all the chaos, Rathbone stole the keys from the Pirate Lord. And after that, he became the Gold Hoarders. So it was actually Rathbone ending up with all the keys, and he handed them out to all the Gold Hoarders, and that's why the Gold Hoarders can open all the chests, because they have the keys. If you want to know more about this, for the people who are listening and you think, hey, this lore is really interesting, I did 2 podcasts about this. It's called Pirate Lord Part 1 and Pirate Lord Part 2. I think they're called like that. I will leave the description in below, so you can click on that if you're interested in that. It's a podcast I did with Uniball. It's the most researched podcast we ever did. So, hey, check it out. It's really good. But getting back on topic, is the Gold Hoarder dead, yes or no? Because when you do the Tall Tale, you kind of kill him, right? And you get his skull. And I don't know, if you carry somebody's skull, he's pretty dead to me, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I mean, that's how
he's
I
pretty tough
rationalize
dude.
it, right? Yeah, I mean, Wanda is probably getting back too, but I guess we didn't really took her skull, but we did for the Gold Hoarder, so it's a bit weird. Maybe the Gold Hoarders don't know he's dead, right? Maybe he's not just responding anymore, because the Shores of Gold, that island, especially the treasure vault, the Gold Hoarders were hoarding all that treasure, so it's not treasure that was already there. No, it was all hoarded to that place. I believe that's how it went. Did it went like that? Need to read the novel again. I do know that eventually Redbone went there, stayed there. All right, maybe I need to read the novel again, but it was something like that. But yeah, we don't know for sure. Maybe the Gold Hoarder will return. Maybe he won't. Anyways, so let's keep the terminology the Gold Hoarders use. Like, their leader is absent. So without any proper guidance, they're hiding all their treasure in the vaults. But then they thought, hey, this is actually a really bad idea, because Flameheart is back, and well, there are all these Ashen Lords, and maybe our vaults will get destroyed, and then we lose all our gold. And that's where you come in. That's why they made those voyages, so we can secure the keys, so they can empty it themselves. Yeah, so nice little bit of lore. Nothing that special, but I thought we might discuss it anyways.
Helps tie everything in.
Also interesting to know that they don't associate with Flamer at all.
Which part? The Gold Hoarders?
Yeah, no, the Gold Hoarders, right? Because we know the Gold Hoarder is kind of like a bad guy, and Flameheart is also a bad guy, but they're not apparently they're not working together.
Oh yeah, they're not buddy, yeah.
Nope. So that's cool. Like, that's nice to know. Oh, and Humphrey the Gold Hoarder, by the way, for people who are interested in that, it's not just a name. It's actually a NPC that you can go to on the world in the Sea of Thieves. He is living on Sanctuary Outpost. So the Gold Hoarder on Sanctuary Outpost is called Humphrey, and Humphrey is the one that wrote this letter. Yeah, that's. I think that's it all about the lore. Unless you want to add something about that.
No, I think I'm good on that.
And that's about all the lore we could find. One thing that is interesting, because the Chest of the Ancients. So we do know it's also treasure that the Gold Hoarders want to protect, but the chest themselves, they have these runes on them, and those runes are associated with the Ancients. So that was interesting. So they didn't make those chests; they probably found those chests. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting as well.
Yeah, that's true. They do correspond to all of the puzzles on like the Gold Hoarders Island and all that stuff. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So let's go to. I think we talked enough about the Gold Hoarders. Let's go to another new edition, which is Larinna. We're gonna do a podcast about her as well. I spoke a little bit about the Athena's novel, but it's actually there's two POVs in that novel. One is Ramsey the Pirate Lord, and the other one is Larinna. It was written a while ago, so it's nice that Larinna is finally in the game. I know a lot about her. I can probably fill an entire podcast just talking about her, and that's what I'm going to do in the future. So I won't go into her lore at all, but I do want to know what you think about her.
Well, I think it's funny that she basically, it sounds like she kind of kicked Duke out.
Yeah, a little
Which
bit,
is interesting.
right?
She's like, well, Duke's taking a break, and since I'm kind of the leader, even though we don't really have a leader, but I'm claiming myself as the leader, I'll be taking over for Duke. It's like, oh, okay, sure. Duke got demoted.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
The lore-given explanation is also that Duke felt of himself a little bit of a failure because he made some mistakes, and that's also why he's a bit reluctant of fulfilling his role in the tavern, and that's also one of the reasons why he's taking a break.
Yep.
So that's interesting. It's nice, but do you feel they're setting up Larinna to do more, or do you feel they're setting up Duke to become something else?
I think probably a bit of both. I mean, they had to have a
Hmm.
good reason to introduce this character into the storyline. I mean,
Hmm.
you've replaced a main character with another main character, so there's probably down the way there is something very important that's going to happen with her, and probably a side story or something important that's going to happen with Duke. So
Yeah, I think the same. And Duke is still in the game. I said in my other
yeah,
review, but for those who didn't get it or didn't watch it, because you don't need to watch all my videos, but you're a better person if you do.
you should
But
you
Duke
should
is
watch it.
hiding. Duke is hiding well, not really hiding. He's chilling together with Umbra on the Lagoon of Whispers. So if you want to talk to him, you miss him, he missed the old huggable bear, you can go to the Lagoon of Whispers and talk to him there. Do you think Duke is going to become a Scully?
No, I kind of thought he might originally, but I think he's
Uh-huh.
fine. I think he's
It's too
just a little
late for
battle
that.
torn.
You think the curse would already have taken place if that was the case?
Yeah, when we were looking at those Ashen Lords and the Heart of Fire stuff that was coming out and chasing after Stitcher Jim and Duke was gone for a while and then he came back all weird and you're like, oh, maybe he might be a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
He might be turned into an Ashen Lord, but no, he's just messed up. He needs a break. That's why he's out
Yeah,
hanging out with
a
Umbra
little
now.
bit.
But I
I
think
still
Duke's
do
fine.
think he will become a Scully. Um,
Oh,
I don't know, but I don't know when. Yeah, because he's still, I don't know for this update, but the last update, one of his voice line was still that he was feeling cold, which was exactly what Wanda said just before she turned into skeleton. So I don't know. I kind of have to wait and see.
all right.
Anyways, there will be way more lore about Larinna, but not in this episode. Just be patient if you want to know more about her. That content is definitely coming. One way, if you don't want to miss it, is subscribe to this channel. So do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, so let's go to the next topic, and that's the Emporium. The main attraction of this Emporium is, of course, the inclusion of dogs. So do you like them, and did you buy one?
I did. I bought the pack, so I have two with a little outfit. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still kind of. I mean, they're awesome. They're pets, right? So pets are just fun to have.
Hmm.
But I still kind of like the cats and the parrots more. Monkey,
Yeah, me
monkey's
too.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think the dog is my least favorite, but I like dogs. They're fun to have around. I think
Yeah,
it's
who
funny
doesn't
when they
like dogs?
pee.
Yeah, that's
That's fun.
that's funny that you say that. I don't like that. I wish they didn't pee. Like I like my animals to behave, not piss everywhere.
They're on a
Um,
boat. What are they gonna
I
do?
I don't know. I don't like to think that my hull is soaked with dog pee. Like I want to keep a clean ship. I don't know.
What do you think a monkey
But
does with
on the
its
other
poop?
hand, I'm not complaining when I puke over the hull, so it's maybe a bit hypocritical. Uh,
That's awesome.
I guess they can piss. They can piss everywhere. All right, if I can puke everywhere, they can piss everywhere. It's fine, I guess.
It's true.
And they're cute. I mean,
They
they
are.
look at you with their puppy eyes, so yeah, it's hard to stay mad for long, right?
Exactly. They keep you happy on the
Um,
seas.
That's true. I didn't buy one, but I might buy one because when I was sitting with you guys and some of our other crew members bought some dogs when we were streaming, and I think I might buy one too eventually. Just need to think of a good name.
Make sure you
We
buy it
also
from the
have
store,
the
though, not the Emporium. I keep telling everybody that.
I
Just to reiterate, buy it
yeah
from the Steam store or buy it from the Microsoft store because you can get a pack and you also get 1,000
yes
ancient coins and you end up saving like $5 or $6 by doing that. So
Yeah.
don't buy it from the
Yeah, unless you
Emporium.
want one specific dog, of course,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's true. If you want
Yeah.
just one dog, you can go spend, I forget how much one is, $5 or something.
Yeah, $5. Yeah. Yeah. That's also interesting because let's discuss this really now because you can see the prices now in your native currency. So I think it's Canadian dollars, American dollars, and euro for me. How do you feel about that change? Because not a lot of companies do that, right? I think Rare is the only
Yeah.
one.
I don't see the point because you still have to buy it with
Me
ancient
either.
coins, so you got to spend real money
Yeah.
to buy ancient coins. And
Yeah.
the fact that we have in-game currency it's kind of a mask anyways. It makes you feel like you're spending less money than you actually are. That's why everything costs like a random amount, like 200 coins, which is actually X amount of real dollars. It's a tactic to get people to spend money without realizing they're spending a certain value. So showing the
that's
currency
what Casino
kind of
does too.
yeah, exactly, same idea. It's like a poker chip, right? But showing the currencies, it's kind of redundant to do that. And then there's the toggle. They have
you
that
get more
toggle.
value if you buy bigger bundles still, right? So
Yeah, I know, but it just seems weird that you would go buy in-game currency and then they tell you what in-game currency is actually worth.
it's
just kind of
a
weird.
little bit weird, but you can also say that's very transparent of them.
True. Yeah. I mean, there is that too. They're not trying to hide anything from you. So you know exactly what you're spending your money on, which is, I mean, to be fair, that is nice. It's just a weird mechanic at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like it doesn't really detract from the Emporium at all. You can now, you don't need to use your calculator anymore. They tell you what the price is.
Yeah,
They also added a toggle feature, and that one is really pointless. Like, have you tried it out? I've told you about it. Have you tried? It's so pointless.
It just flips the values and highlights them. You're like, oh,
yeah,
I
it
could
flips
see
the
both values.
But that's it. So for the people who don't know, like now you can see it's ancient coins. Like it's 150 ancient coins. That's about $2. All right, and then you toggle, you press toggle, and then it's like, oh, it's $2 and it's 150 ancient coins. It just switches it around. But it's the same exact information. It doesn't do anything. Like, and the whole button is dedicated to that. And like, why? Who thought this was a good idea to do this? Right? It's weird. It's pointless. It's a waste of resource.
Maybe maybe they haven't completed the feature yet. So maybe what they'll do in the long run is get rid of the ancient coins and real money at the same time. And when you hit the toggle, it will toggle between showing ancient coins or money, but it just hasn't been completed yet. So right now they're just
That's what I thought. But as a consumer, what was more friendly for you, seeing both prices at the same time, right? Like they're already doing. So I don't know.
It seems redundant. Whatever you do, it doesn't seem like it would be a feature that they would spend time against.
Yeah, it's weird that they did it. It doesn't. Well, I think the only function it can have is when you're a content creator and you don't want people to get confused with different currencies, so you toggle it to ancient coins, so it's the same for everybody.
Right.
That's a stretch.
That is, yeah. And again, at that point, you're like, why have it? Just keep ancient coins. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird choice. If some of my subscribers think of a better reason why they did it, please let me know. I want to know why they did this. Oh well. Let's get back to the other stuff you can buy in Emporium this month. There's a Stratoghost costume. So what's your take on that one?
Those look awesome. I really like them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
No, it's not the kind of stuff that I wear. I go for the whole grubby, dirty pirate. It's a little too clean and nice for me, but I like the look. I like the whole
there's a lot of detail too.
Yeah, lots of detail. I mean, they're super cool. I'm sure we'll see a lot of people wearing them, but yeah, I don't wear blingy clothes on my character like that. So.
Yeah, they do glow in the dark too, so it's definitely not for stealthy pirates.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah. And
What
it has
parts
two
of them
back
glow?
legs and the fins, just like the real Shrouded Ghost.
I don't know it. I've never
Which
seen
I
it.
don't know. Which I don't. I've never
Doesn't.
seen it. People
Whatever.
told me. I
Mister,
don't
I've
know.
killed it
Whatever.
twice.
Yeah, I got the commendation, but I've never seen it. But yeah, the fins glow in the dark. It has two peg legs too, which is really cool. That's a hint to
Wait, it's
Merrick,
got
who
two
also
peg
has.
legs?
It has two peg legs. Yep, just like Merrick.
That's
He has two
awesome.
peg legs as well. Yeah, it's a really nice detail. And the eye patch, you don't have a hook. You don't have two hooks or one hook at all. It's just your hands. But you do have an eye patch, and those have two eyes. Just like the Megalodons does too. They have two eyes on both sides. So, well, you know, lots of detail in it. I really like the design. I think it's a bit overpriced, but you know, you will keep hearing me say that on
Yeah.
basically about anything in Emporium, except the pets maybe. But you do get two. The only difference is that you got white face, no, that's not what I want to say. White paint. You're covered in white paint as well. That's what I want to say. So yeah, it's kind of cool. We also have the Stratoghost Blunderbuss. What's your opinion on that one?
Yeah, Whipped had that. He showed it to me. It looks nice as well.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
he
bit
said
weird
it's...
that they don't include the rest, right?
Yeah. Because then you get into that weird situation again where you end up with half a set and everybody's like, I want to close out my set, and then you have to wait or get it as a special event, or you end up paying more money for it. It would have been nice to have it as a bundle, you know, like the Shrouded Ghost bundle weapons and the Shrouded Ghost clothing bundle. You have the ship bundle, and if you really want the whole thing, then go buy the whole thing. Cost you a small fortune, but you could get it.
Next year you can buy the Stratoghost bucket.
Yeah,
Squeeze even more money out of you. But it's a bit weird, like especially when you look at the other weapons bundles. We had the banana one, and what was the other one? The Reapers one. Those are bundles. So hey, why don't we get a Stratoghost weapons bundle? Like release everything just like you did before. It's fine, I guess. But I hope we will do. We'll get them as well.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see. And the final Stratoghost item is a ship. Kind of talked about it a little bit in our summer events discussion. You could earn parts of it during the Stratoghost event or the Hunters. Was it the Hunters Hall event? No, Hunters. I don't know. An event.
It was
just before this update where you could
earn
some pieces. Yeah, it was a shark one. Was it Shark Hunt? No, it wasn't Shark Hunt. I know. I'm thinking of the name of it. Can't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember the name.
Yeah,
either,
I know.
But
Just
I do know
listen to
it was the one where you had to get shark teeth. That one.
Yes, indeed. And now you can complete the ship. Again, I don't agree with this practice. I think there are better ways to do that. One thing that is interesting, that is I think it is the special figurehead. There's blood on it. So this might not seem that interesting to most people, but this is a teen-rated game, and so far there wasn't any blood at all in Sea of Thieves. But with the addition of that figurehead, there is. So that's a bit interesting. Like,
yeah.
And the description tells you it's blood too, so that's a bit interesting for a teen-rated game. But oh well, there it is. We also
have teen rated with blood.
Yeah, so
that breaks your
weird.
ESRB, puts you at mature rating.
Yeah,
but maybe it's different when it's like when it's not like gore blood. It's
flowing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure they figured that one out.
Maybe
We go through that with all of our games too.
So
you gotta be careful with blood. People get all upset with that. So
if it was green blood, it is allowed, right?
Oh, as long as it doesn't look like blood. Right?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. We also have... Oh, anything you want to say about that ship, by the way?
Oh, it's also really nice. I like the whole Shrouded Ghost set. I mean, that whole set is super, super nice. I won't buy it because I have, 60% of it already. I'm hoping that maybe at some point we'll be able to win the rest of the pieces through events.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. This is their
Why you gotta
practice.
crush my dreams, Cozy?
This is how they get money. This
I
like we
know.
need money. We need money, and I get it because they want to make more content. So in one way, I get it, but it's not entirely consumer friendly. For the people who are on the fence of buying it, like even though I don't agree with this practice, there is a slight discount this month. You can buy a extra bundle of like the 3 items you still need to complete it. It's only for this month. So when the next update rolls out, you got to pay full price for it. I think it's about $10 for your missing pieces. So hey, for $10 you can complete your ship, but it's up to you if you choose to do so. Yeah. We also have some emotes. I don't really want to get into there. They're cool. They're nice. I'm not gonna buy them. Hunter's Hall emotes. How do you feel about them?
Trying to remember which ones they were. I got the dog one, which is the free one.
Yeah, it's a free one. Make sure you get it.
Oh no,
guys,
I did get some of the emotes. I picked up the salt one because that was going to be fun to use. But I did not buy the bundle. Yeah, the bundle. I went through the bundle and I was like, yeah, they're okay, but I can't see myself using them. But the salt one, I am absolutely going to use a lot. And same thing with the dog one too, because the dog one is. Yeah, if you kill somebody,
it's twerking in the face.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, but the salt one is really nice. So I'll be using that a lot, and But the other ones, I was like, I wasn't a big fan of them. I couldn't see any use for them, so I didn't pick them up.
Yeah, well, you do flick your dagger, which is kind of interesting. I think the game refers to it as a knife instead of a dagger. But you flick it around, which and also Larinna's using a dagger to peel her mango. That mango, by the way, is a different asset. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same. What is it? The same model as the mango we eat, because that mango actually has a piece out of it, which I thought was also interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe a hint to cooking, where we can slice up fruit. I don't know. But there's more daggers in this game right now, so I don't know. Maybe it's a hint to something. We'll see.
Throwing daggers.
Yeah, it would be cool. We speculated about this in our wishes for this game, wish for Sea of Thieves, I think, or wish list. I don't know. I don't remember how I call my videos, but I made a video about it. I made a podcast about it with Slim Shanty and Uniball. So if you want to know our wishes for Sea of Thieves, hey, check that one out. I'm really promoting my channel today. I'm done.
I know, man. You are advertising like no business. It's good. You're the one-stop shop for all this information. It's great.
Yeah. Well, yeah. some information it is. Let's see. Anything else you want to talk about regarding the Emporium?
No, I think that was about it.
I think we did everything. Yeah. So let's go to the quality of life improvements, and we have not a lot, but the ones we do have are interesting. Let's begin with the slimline banners, which I'm really happy about. They won't obscure your bullet and health information anymore. So instead of just getting those really big black bars, they kind of slimmed it down to one small bar that doesn't even, that just appears in the top-ish part of your screen, which is really nice. So how do you feel about that?
I like the fact that it doesn't cover my health and my bullets anymore, but I don't like the way the banners look. They don't
really
feel. Yeah, I don't like them. I think all they had to do was just change the render order of your UI versus the banners and make sure that the banner always comes up behind your.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's not very hard to do. Rare.
Yeah.
And then you could have kept the nice banners and not lost your information. And the location of where that stuff was never covered up any of the text anyways.
Wait. You feel like the previous banners looked nicer than the slimline banners?
Mm-hmm. Huh. And I would have just reversed the render order on them. I would have just made sure that the UI portion of your game, which is the most important thing, always renders last. That's what I would have done. But they didn't. But yeah, I don't like the slimline banners. I feel like they feel artistically to me, they feel weird. They just kind of float and I don't know. It just bugs me.
But
I'm very particular with that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I use them because I don't like the fact that my UI gets covered. So I absolutely use them. I just don't like them.
All right. No, I got
Yeah.
you. I got you. And you can also turn them off completely for people who are
Yeah.
interested in that. And also, you can make it different for Arena as well, which I really
Hmm.
like because mine are toggled off for Arena because I don't want any of the information. I just want to focus on killing people and
Yep.
getting chests in that game mode.
Hey, it's not even needed for
Um,
arena anymore because you don't have to
nope.
go to specific islands. You just go to the beacon
Yep.
or just shoot people. So you don't need them at all.
True. Yes. Yep. Another thing they add is the emissary value. So whenever you turn something in while you're also flying a emissary flag, you will see your emissary value go up, which is
Hmm.
really nice. So you don't need to be in your menus all the time. You can just see what it is, and you can kind of get a feel about what gives more emissary value. I think it's just a simple 3x multiplier. But I could be wrong. Either way, it's nice that we can look at it now.
It messed up my UI again, though, which annoys me. So I got to do some more adjustments. But it's nice to see that
Yeah,
information.
how do you activate the overlay you use?
Oh my
Well, how
god!
does
Would you
that work?
stop? Get out of here.
All right. For the people who don't know, the Old Buccaneer gets this question a lot. Like every time he posts a video, it's like 10 people asking him this question. And if you don't know what we're talking about, check his videos out. Please do.
Yeah, it's cool.
Something that didn't come with this update are the mysterious notes. So
Yes.
for those who remember, we should have getting mysterious notes that informed the player of events that were going on in that update. So people weren't missing out. And well, I don't mind all that much because people can watch my video now instead of reading the mysterious notes. But it is weird because they showed it that it was working, and they also said that it was coming with this update, but they didn't. So, do you think something went wrong, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe there were some glitches with it that they just weren't able to work out in time. I'm curious to see what kind
Mm-hmm.
of information is actually going to go into the mysterious notes, though. Because they really, in
Mm.
the update video, they don't. I think the guy looks at a banana or something,
Mm-hmm.
like a banana
Mm-hmm.
mysterious note, and I'm like, I could see them being a very useful in-game informational tool. For, say, like the shark teeth event, right? You have a shark tooth mysterious note, and you can read about it. I assume that's what the point of the system is going to be. But maybe they
Mm-hmm.
just don't have everything all tied in correctly yet, and that's why they didn't include it.
Yeah, maybe. It's basically like I think if you look at the trailer again, it's the new segment trailer of top of my head, at the 3rd of September they released it. Could be wrong about
Hmm.
that date, but around that date. I think you saw some notes written by, I think, Larinna, and she's just saying, "Hey, I took over. Come
Yeah,
check me out," something like that. So that information is going to be on those notes.
right.
I don't know. We have to wait. Maybe they'll add it
Yeah,
later this month, but I'm guessing they'll add it with the next update.
yeah.
Something that's also coming is the Hoarders versus Reapers event. And I do think most people don't know what I'm talking about, so it's good that you're listening to this podcast because the Hoarders versus Reapers event is a upcoming event that's apparently going to release a bit later this month. So if you go to the website of CFTs and look at the release notes, one of the final lines when you look at the Vaults of the Ancients is more events, live events are included in this update, including Hoarders versus Reapers. So apart from the name, aside from the name, sorry, we don't really know that much about it, right?
No, I don't know anything about this. And I'm
No,
curious
me
to see
neither.
what Hoarders versus Reapers would even mean.
I, yeah, I mean, we can kind of fill it in a little bit, right? It means definitely the Gold Hoarders versus the Reaper's Bones, and something about that.
Yeah, but gold hoarders generally don't fight. Reapers are all
It's
about
true,
fighting.
but
It's like,
maybe maybe double value for both factions. So a lot of people will be playing those factions constantly, and it would be a nice
uh,
combination with this new voyage type, right? Like the
hmm
Reapers are getting extra rewards for plundering those gold hoarder ships. I know. It's pure speculation, and let's not do that all that much on this podcast. But yeah, Hordes vs Reapers, it is coming. I hope we get some rewards too.
Maybe.
Well, we can discuss this, but let's do it. So when collecting notable hauls of different loot in a single place, the game will now reach a threshold where it will optimize performance by changing the appearance of certain loot items. Items will return to their standard visuals when optimization allows it. So basically what this means is everybody who's done big hordes on galleons knows why they did this. If you spread your treasure out all over, the game doesn't run that that fast anymore. People lag, and it all gets jittery and stuttery. So now if you pile it all in one place, your treasure, it will go to a lower res appearance of that loot item, so the game can run more smoothly. This is one of the quality of life improvements they did. So yeah, there's less lag. So that's a quite nice addition, I feel like. I think you feel the same, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't want
right.
hundreds and hundreds of chests piled on top of each other, because that's a lot of vertices. It's a lot of So I could see that helping a lot. I'm a poor pirate. I don't get enough treasure to even impact me anyways, so it's fine. It doesn't really affect me.
You're smart. You turn in when you got the gold.
Oh, yeah. Always.
And the final quality of life improvement is ghost ships will no longer spawn at islands already populated by players, which is really nice. It didn't happen to me, but can you imagine just doing some treasure and suddenly ghost ships all around you? I mean, oh well, that's a bit of a bummer.
I saw that happen once. I literally spawned. Yeah, I literally spawned one, and sometimes it pops at the island right beside where the outpost is that you grab your mission. And there was a dude on the island doing something, and the ghost ships wrecked him so fast. Oh, it was funny. I was like, that's unfortunate, but I laughed. Yeah.
Of course. But oh well, that won't happen anymore. Oh well. And I think that's also the last of the quality of life improvements, which also means that this is the end of the podcast, sadly. But if you like these discussions with other YouTubers, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It does really help this podcast out. So I would like to thank Old Buccaneer for, again, being amazing. And can you tell our listeners where they can find you?
Absolutely. You guys can find me under Old Buccaneer on YouTube and on Twitch.
All right. And I myself can be found on this very channel you're listening to the podcast on. So please subscribe if you don't want to miss any future podcasts. And after that, go to Old Buccaneer and subscribe to his channel as well. And definitely do that, because recently we did a stream together and it was amazing. Especially at the end, we had one guy that kept coming back for some more cannonballs in his face. Which was really interesting. So hey, check out that stream for sure.
9 times that guy came back.
9 times, yep. I think you're not even lying. He came back for some punishment.
Gotta give that guy props, man.
Yep.
Put forth his A game.
He was persistent. He shared it. So I think that's it. So thank you very much for listening. You, the listener, you are amazing too. So stay safe, do something daring, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.